Wood's Powr-Grip industrial plastic hand cups come in a variety of sizes and capacities, but regardless of model, the function and repair of these tools will be the same. Maintenance kits are available for purchase on our website. Let's talk about disassembling your hand cup, cleaning its components, and reassembling it so you can get the most out of your investment. Each tool will have a vacuum pad, a plunger assembly, a handle, a check valve, also known as a flap valve, a check valve retainer, and a release valve. If a hand cup is leaking, the severity of the leak is going to depend on which components are dirty or damaged. Most often, the hand cup's vacuum pad will be the first thing affected by regular use. The pad will function best when it's clean, so if it's visibly dirty, use a mild cleaner like water with dish soap or simple green to clean it. You'll never want to use rubber conditioning products because they will make the pad slick, causing the tool to slip. Never use petroleum-based products, as some of those will ruin the rubber. Don't use a solvent-based product either, as its fumes can cause the plastic to crack. To clean the pad, start by removing the felt filter so that it doesn't become saturated. Then use a clean sponge or lint-free cloth to apply the cleaner and wipe down the face of the pad. Each vacuum pad is constructed with up to 3 raised ribs on the edge of the pad face. These ribs are known as sealing edges, and you can use a toothbrush to clean them out. Once you've cleaned the ribs, run your finger along them to detect any nicks or cuts. Make sure to circle the pad both clockwise and counterclockwise. Going in only one direction may cause you to miss them. If you find a nick or cut on the pad edge, replace the pad, because maintaining a vacuum seal may not be possible using the damaged one. We'll show you how to remove the pad later in this video. If there is no damage to the pad's sealing edges, use a lint-free cloth to dry off the pad. Make sure to remove all residue, then reinstall the filter. If the filter was missing when you started, replace it with one from the maintenance kit. Test the hand cup by attaching it to a clean, smooth, non-porous surface for 2 hours. The red line vacuum indicator on the cup's plunger should not reappear. If you've found that cleaning the pad has not improved the leak issues, determine whether the leak is coming from the handle instead. First, remove the 6 screws. You'll need to depress the plunger in order to access the screw nearest to it. Then work the valve stem out of the pad nipple. The stem can be hard to remove, but don't worry, that's normal. Then seal the valve stem and pump the plunger until it stops moving. You can use a cap to seal the valve stem, like this one available for purchase on our website. Let the handle sit for 5 to 10 minutes. If the plunger has not moved, then the leak is from the pad or the handle to pad joint. If the plunger has moved, this indicates a leak in the handle. Another possible cause of leaking is the seal between the release lever and the handle. To check it, depress the valve spring and blow compressed air to see if any debris comes out. Repeat the testing procedure on the handle. However, if you don't have a way to seal the handle as shown, just continue with the next steps in this video. If the handle still leaks, then check for contamination or scratches inside the handle as you perform maintenance on the plunger assembly and handle. The plunger assembly is a vital part of the hand cup's vacuum pump, which will need to be serviced periodically. The assembly features a plunger, a red line vacuum indicator, and a U-cup on the end. To remove the plunger from the handle, hold on to the assembly and pull it straight out of the handle. If the fit between the handle and plunger is tight, or if the plunger's U-cup does not have enough grease, the plunger may be hard to remove. To help loosen the plunger assembly, give the plunger several quick pumps, allowing the spring inside to snap back. With the plunger removed, you now have access to the retainer and check valve located at the closed end of the handle. Remove the retaining ring with a suitable hook tool, being extremely careful not to scratch the interior of the handle. To reduce this risk, remove the ring using a non-scratching tool if one is available. WPG also recommends applying compressed air to the suction hole, as it will help unseat the parts from the end of the handle. It may even remove them fully. To clean the handle, plunger, check valve, and retainer, use a soft, lint-free cloth to wipe everything clean. Look closely at the U-cup at the end of the plunger to make sure it's clean as well. If the check valve is damaged or the retainer does not hold it securely in place, you'll want to replace them with the ones from the maintenance kit. We mentioned a minute ago that scratching the inside of the handle should be avoided. Scratches near the open end of the handle won't usually cause a problem because the plunger's U-cup only makes contact near the opposite end of the handle, so there's no seal that can be broken. But scratches near the closed end of the handle can cause a leak since they will create an air gap, resulting in a broken seal. Use a flashlight to check the inside of the handle for scratches. If needed, replace the handle. If the handle checks out okay and everything has been cleaned, drop the check valve into the handle so that it's flat against the closed end. Make sure the check valve does not get pinched or folded. Then, using a dowel or something similar that won't scratch the handle, push the retainer all the way back, tightly against the flap valve so that it's held in place and flat. Now you're ready to reinsert the plunger assembly. First, re-lubricate the end of the plunger with a silicone-based lubricant. Apply it around the U-cup and make sure to keep it off the end of the plunger. WPG offers plunger lube in the maintenance kit or for purchase separately on our website, but you can source a similar product locally. However, you'll want to avoid oil-based lubricants, which can be absorbed into the rubber, causing it to swell and making it non-functional. And avoid any solvent-based cleaners or lubricants, since they can cause the plastic to crack. Put a light coating of silicone grease along the valve stem on the handle. This will help ease the stem back into the pad nipple. Reposition the handle on the pad, being careful to avoid pinching the pad nipple as you insert the valve stem. Then reinstall the pad screws and hand tighten them only. If you tighten too much, it'll crack the handle. Now conduct the leak test as outlined earlier in this video. The cup should hold for 2 hours without the red line reappearing. If you find you are still experiencing trouble with your hand cup, please consult our complete troubleshooting guide on WPG.com.